My name is Zach Smith. I work at the NFL as a statistical support specialist. On a regular day at the beginning of the week, I would go through games and audit them for when significant events should have been turned on, such as touchdowns, turnovers, field goals, and everything. And then I go through the reports for each game, picking out if significant events were late or missing, and then we pull those together and I look at some plays with a few coworkers of mine, determining if we should assess the events for the crews or make things informational so they won't count, but just know how they can improve for next time. And then we compile the data into reports and send them out to all 32 crews for how to improve on the significant events and letting them know how they did in the past week and get them ready for their next game. And those are my weekday duties. And then on game days, we support the crews live at the stadium. We support them, making sure we get the significant events turned on at the right time. And we stay live through the whole game and getting the events on for each play as it happens. On game days, which go from Thursday nights and then all day Sunday and right through Monday night, we work with the crews, supporting them for getting all the stats right and turning on the significant events when they happen, such as touchdowns, field goals, turnovers, and getting those all correct as best as we can. Then during the week, we go back through the data and for both the statistical and the significant events side and make sure all the stats are correct, the significant events were turned on when they were supposed to. And then we meet for close plays to make sure that they're correct and seeing if something should be informational or if something should count with the crew for a particular player event. And then once we go through that data, we create reports to send to all 32 teams, letting them know how they did in their past game and what areas they need to improve on for their next game. Although I've watched football now the last 20 years of my life, there are a few statistical components that I didn't realize played a role in the stats we do for the NFL. And those include the split sacks, such as the two defenders getting to the quarterback at the same time, and they would get half sack credit, while if there was one defender, we would give him a full sack and watch those accumulate as the season goes on. And with tackles too, I didn't realize there were various ways to scoring a tackle, such as a solo tackle, a tackle and assist where someone gets a full tackle while another defender can get an assist for it, and there could be an equal tackle where both players get an assist for tackling a receiver or a runner. Resumes show all the relevant experience you have to a particular job that you're applying for. It has all your educational info and previous job experience and all the details that come from all of that. And there are a lot of important elements to building your resume, and you don't want to only include the job or your educational experience. You want to go more in depth and include some accomplishment statements, such as what your GPA was, any awards you got, what special accomplishments you did with your previous job. And it's always good to quantify those accomplishment statements too and be specific with numbers about how much money was contributed to your role, or how many times you did something good for an accomplishment. And all those are very important to have to show your next potential employer what success you could bring to the next job. When doing your resume, there are some very big do's and don'ts that go along with it. One of them has to do with formatting. You do want to have consistent formatting and have the same font and the same bullet points all throughout the same parts of the resume, and you don't want to have a header not centered or have bullet points inconsistent, and with accomplishment statements you want to have the verb consistent. So if it ends in ing or ends in ed or ing, you want to make sure that's consistent all the way through. One important note for any resume is to go by the words used in the job description to include in the resume in some way. And it can be done through the accomplishment statements that go along as close to the accomplishment as possible. That'll help show the employer the success that's relevant to what the new job will entail, and it will help make the candidate stand out from other potential people also applying for that job. It's very important to reevaluate your resume every time you apply for a job, because if you keep recycling it, it may not have the same components that'll make your resume stand out from others that are applying for the job. So make sure every time you go for a job, pick out the job description and qualifications and try to tailor those into your resume as best as possible, so they can help strengthen it and help make you a very strong candidate for the role. Resumes are important because they show the skills you have, the skills that are relevant to the job, and any other skills that you may have that could be of helpful use in some way to a potential job, and they help make you who you are as a person. Both resumes help make a person unique from other candidates because of the skills they have from their education and other jobs that they have, and can help make them stand out from others in particular areas and make them the best they can be in all aspects for any job that they may apply for. Best Buddies helped me with my resume by making it more tidy and organized, and help condense various copies I had of it into one, so it help keep my things organized for jobs I would apply for. And with the job market being a little scarce with writing and media, which was my former field of what I wanted to go into, they helped me tailor one passion of mine, sports statistics, that I wanted to switch my job concentration to, and they helped me with that, since I did have some statistical background with helping out my high school and college football teams with stats, and they helped make the resume stand out from more of a writing resume to a sports statistics resume, and they helped polish and add all the accomplishments with that and help align that with jobs in sports statistics that I applied for, and helped me make sure that I had all the necessary requirements and details there to help me get the job I wanted. My advice for anyone looking to polish a resume would definitely benefit from reaching out to Best Buddies or anyone who specializes in resume building and writing to try to fine-tune the best skills that one has in specific jobs or education, and tailor that to what type of job the person might be applying for. And it's very important to go by the job description or the types of requirements or anything necessary for a particular job, and going through and making sure that all the accomplishment statements are in good shape and the formatting is correct and everything's condensed perfectly onto one sheet can help make anyone be a great candidate heading into any job, and the help that Best Buddies can give on any resume is very important, and it's very useful, and it'll benefit the person a lot.